Hello, fellow graduates. That sounds good, doesn't it? Huge congratulations on your degrees. I know from my own sons who are here today and were both studying medicine during the pandemic just how tough it has been for you all. It's an amazing achievement and real testimony to your hard work and determination. So huge congratulations from me. Now, there are often hurdles along the way in all of our chosen career paths, and in my case, a series of unfortunate events could quite easily have taken me in a very different direction. I hate to admit this, having made the East Midlands my home for the last 35 years, but before I arrived here accidentally one very foggy morning, I'd never actually heard of it. I know, it's shocking. Diverted from Stansted, I landed at the local airport, which is about 20 minutes from here, after a fairly disastrous holiday in Greece. Me and my then soon-to-be ex, I did say it was disastrous, were unceremoniously bussed, or you could say dumped, in Nottingham, where we were told that we'd have to make our own onward arrangements. Me to Cumbria, where I was working in radio, and him somewhere down south. Anyway, I did have enough time to wander alone round the city and see Robin Hood and the Market Square. And then, 6 months later, lo and behold, an ad came up for a job at BBC Radio Nottingham, and somehow I convinced them to give it to me. It still irks me to this day, though, I have to say, that they never asked me one single question about the miners' strike, which I swatted up on for days, but I should really let that go because it was 1987. So, during my first week, I interviewed Neil Kinnock, the then Labour leader, who in the middle of a frankly quite terrifying media scrum at County Hall in Nottingham, my first, I got bruises, decided he was going to give me an interview because, in his words, she's got more freckles than me. That's Welsh, by the way. A day later, I interviewed Nottingham Forest football manager Brian Clough, not in the conventional way, but then again, Cloughy never really was conventional. It was up on a stage just like this one, in front of hundreds of people just like you. He was supporting a Labour candidate in the general election. At this point, I should probably, in the spirit of political fairness, point out that other political parties are available, seeing as I've already mentioned one of them twice. Anyway, he arrived hours late to this rally, and I'd been told by my local radio editor to stay put and get that interview. So when Mr. Clough arrived, I told him all of this, and before I knew what was happening, he'd grabbed me by the arm and was dragging me and my recording equipment up onto the stage with him. And everyone was clapping him, and he was thanking them very much and was apologising for being late. And then he just said, "I've got some unfinished business to attend to." At which point, he turned his back on everyone, for me, a rookie reporter, now 12 shades of scarlet, to interview him. His comments made the national news bulletins that evening, and I learned a very important lesson about tenacity. I then spent the next 32 years in television, which probably didn't get off to the best of starts, really, when I thought that a former colleague was pranking me by asking me for a screen test, and I told him in no uncertain terms where to go, twice. On the third time he called back, the head of ITV News said, very quickly I might add, "Before you put the phone down and tell me to off again, I really would like you to come for a screen test next week." And the rest, as they say, was history. Perhaps if the University of Nottingham had known all of this, I might not be getting this honorary degree today, but they're not getting it back, and I really am very thrilled to be receiving it from this university in this amazing city where it all really started for me. I would like to dedicate it, if I can, to my wonderful family and to my sister Claire, who has a very aggressive form of multiple sclerosis and is cheering me on from her bed right now. "Hey, big sis, Mars bar done good." My nickname. Other chocolate bars are available. But before we go and celebrate, I've been asked for a few words of wisdom, so here goes. My mother always taught me to be the best you can, and I guess that doesn't just mean academically. So here are a few of the things that have helped me along the way. Be kind. It makes everything better. Never be afraid to ask for help or to give someone some of yours. Listen, really listen. Stay curious and take up the opportunities that come your way. And finally, never underestimate a foggy day. There's no telling where it might take you. Thank you.